What up, it's Snowflake, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff on Final Cut Pro 7. So sometimes, I'm going to close this project. No. Sometimes you're working on stuff, right? And then a lot of time goes by, and then you go to open it up again, and oh my god, the media is missing, but you know you still have the media. Well, I'm going to show you how to reconnect that media, okay? Or, here's another scenario, okay? Here's the other scenario. You've got email. You've got two editors working on something, and one does something and then sends him the project file. But because it's a different hard drive, and because it's a different version, or not version, but a different computer and Final Cut, different, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, someone else's software, right? Final Cut doesn't know where the media is, and it's like, oh, your media's gone, oh my god, what are you going to do? But you know you have the media? Okay, well, I'm going to show you how to reconnect it. Cool? That was a long way of describing how I'm going to show you to reconnect. Okay, so first I'm going to open up the project file. And when I open up the project file, you're going to get this little scary window, and it says offline files. Some files went offline. Some of the media your project references have either changed, moved, or gone away. You can either reconnect these files or continue with them being offline. If you continue with them being offline, well, you can't really do much. So let's reconnect them. So I'm going to hit the reconnect button. Boom! These are my offline files. Now, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I want you guys to notice that this is offline, online, and render. So if you had some online files and you had some render files that were connected to the project as well, those wouldn't be grayed out and you'd be able to select them. And all that would do is it would show those as well. So you could see what files were online, what render files you had, and your offline files. We don't have any of that. It's all offline, so I just have the offline selected. So here are my offline files, and I'm going to have to reconnect them. Now there's two ways to do it in this opening window, and I'm going to show you that right here. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go locate. This is the first way, okay? And you hit the locate button, and it's going to bring up your browser here, and you're going to go and you're going to find this first file that's missing. So the first one that's missing is in this folder called audio, and I know where my audio is. So I'm going to go to my assets, and I'm going to go to my audio folder, and then I'm going to go to day 2 folder. And in there is the audio. And I'm going to select it. Now you notice that there's 2 files missing, presenters 06 and everything else 06. Well, because they're in the same folder, Final Cut's basically going to go boop boop, and it's going to connect both of them because they're both in the same area. So I'm going to hit choose, and both of them you will see down here are now located and have been connected to the project. Okay? Now there's another way to do it as well, and that's by searching a single directory. And what I will do is I'm going to hit this search button. Here, actually, I'm going to go, what you would do is you would select your location first. So you search a single location, and you click this pull-down menu, and I'm going to add a search location. And again, go over here, and I would find where I want it to search. And so I want it to search in the day 2 folder. And I would hit choose. Then, when you hit search, it looks and it says, there's one of the files. Then it's probably going to recognize all the rest of them. So I'm going to hit choose, and it recognizes all the other video files, and it connects them. Right? So now you have those and it knows where they are and you can connect them. If they're in different folders, you might have to hit that search button a couple times. You might have to change the search location. But I usually find that the best way to do it is just to do the locate and go to locate where the file is. If you know where it is, just do it yourself. It's probably quicker that way anyway. So now I could hit the button connect. And that's normally what you would do. But for purposes of demonstration, I'm going to hit cancel, because I want to show you another way to connect to your media. So if you got that window and then you hit continue and you didn't connect your media and all your stuff's still disconnected, what do you do? Well, I'll show you. So we're going to hit cancel here, okay? But normally you would hit connect. Over here in my browser, I have my two timelines, right? I'm going to select, or actually what you can do is just select the bin. Select the bin sequences, right? And so what it will do, you can hit control click, and you'll get this reconnect media option. And that's going to basically bring up the same window. Okay, so that's all you got to do. Hit the reconnect media button. And you're doing it from this bin. It'll say, okay, so everything in this bin, is there anything missing in this bin? Oh yeah, all these video files are missing. Oh my god. And then it brings up this window, and you can go through and connect them one by one, or search certain location, whatever, and it will find them. The last thing I want you to recognize is this. You can notice here that basically the bolded text here shows the folder. So this is WGST 2013 drive 2, and then it's in a folder called assets and a folder called audio, right? Over here, this is in your capture scratch. So if I'm looking for these video files, but the first thing Final Cut wants to look for is these audio files, it's not going to find these. So I can go to the Capture Scratch and locate these files, and it won't recognize that those are the missing files because it's not looking for them first. It's looking for the first one in the list. So the first one in the list is this audio file, so you have to connect that first. If you wanted to skip that directory or skip that file, you have these two buttons down here to help you do that. And if you hit skip file, it'll just skip that first one, so that presenter's file goes away. But if you hit skip directory, it'll actually skip the whole folder and everything in it and just go to the next one. And that way, if maybe you don't have access to every file, you can just skip certain directories and go to the one that you know you do have access to, find that, and then reconnect it. So, I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was, I'm not going to end off here. Hold on. We're going to go Control, click, Reconnect Media. I'm just going to show you what happens when you actually do reconnect the media. Isn't that smart of me? I found the media, it connects it. I'm going to go find my other media, which is in here. I'm going to connect it. I'm going to hit connect, and bam, it connects it, and now I've got all my video. Whereas before, you would get this red window that says media offline, and now you don't have that. So, I hope that was helpful. And if it was, make sure to like the video and comment on it, and then subscribe, because that would be very cool of you. And then check back later for more tutorials and tips on Final Cut Pro 7, Apple Motion, Compressor, DVD Studio Pro, and whatever else. And if you have questions, let me know, because I'll help you out, probably. Most likely.